Good evening, guys. So we made my initial video on Noctis this morning, had a look at the move list, and then I had to go to work for 9 hours, which sucked balls. But then when I came home, people had started piecing together his combos. There's still a lot of stuff up in the air. A lot of people don't have access to the character, but I've been in practice mode for about an hour right now, experimenting by myself, and I think I found some pretty decent bread and butters that I think are gonna work for you. So I just want to show you the combos that I'm using right now. I think we're just going to jump into with the up forward 3, which is his hop kick, his Kunimitsu style hop knee. Now, a lot of us thought that you were going to have to spin with while standing 2-2 here, because after these two initial hits, he recovers in crouch after that little teleport. I actually think you can get better damage if you choose to refloat here instead. So this is what I'm using right now. I'm going to show the combo and then explain it after. So this is what it looks like. So what I did right there is I do the hop knee, I then refloat with a while standing 3, then do a 1 jab, and I spin with 1+2, which is this great damage spin move that you have. I then run up, do another float jab, and I do this damage ender, which is 4-4, which is a great damage ender for you. If you want to, you can substitute the last jab before the ender for a down forward one. That's going to work. It's a little bit harder to stick the landing because this recovers slower than a 1 jab, the down forward one that is. So you get 64 instead of 63. If you think that's worth it, then you know, by all means practice it, but I think the jab for 63 is just fine right there, so that's what I'm using right now. Next, I think we should talk about down forward 2. It's important. You have a lot of options. If you just want something very bog standard that you basically can't mess up, then you can do this. That's extremely easy to do and the damage is decent, so if you just want to play some Noctis right away and you don't want to worry about difficult combos, you can use that. So it's just down forward 2, and then you do 4-2-1, which is this thing that transitions into the air when it hits launched opponents. You then do 2-2-2 in the air for the spin, and then you can do whatever you want for the ender. For example, you can do what I did, which is 4-4-4, but you can get better damage here. This is the combo that I would suggest right now. That's what I'd be using right now. You can see the damage is better, and I like the 1+2 for the spin, obviously. So what I'm doing there is, after this, when I go into the air, I do a 2 on the way down, but I have to delay the 2 quite substantially. But if you do, you're able to spin with the 1+2 after landing, which is very good. And then you can do whatever ender you want, but the one I did right there, jab into 4-4-4, is just a damage ender that I like, but you have a lot of options. Another thing you can do is, I mean, you could do stuff like, for example, add a float a little down forward one right here, then go into the air, and then you can run up and do wall carry if you want or whatever. So there's a lot of easy options here, but for now those are going to be my basic suggestions. Next, I think we should talk about up forward 2, which is interesting. Up forward 2 is a very interesting move. I think something really cool about this that you wouldn't expect is you can actually spin with down forward 1+2 after up forward 2 like this and get good damage. And you have a couple of options here. So I'm going to show you my option, but there is a better damage option that you have to practice if you want to land it. So this is what I would do right now. That gives you 67, and then that last point was the wall damage. So what I did is I launched my opponent, I spin with the down forward 1+2, I run up and do the 4-2 to go into the air, I do a delayed 2 on the way down, and then I do 2-2 back 2, which is this ender right here. Okay, now the 2-2 back 2 for the ender you can substitute for a 4-forward 4, this move, but you have to be very, very careful with the timing, and it's not easy to land at all. So what I'm talking about is landing the 4-4 after that delayed 2 right there. That's hard to do, but if you practice it, you can get it, and you get slightly better damage. So let's see if we can get it here a couple of times. Okay, so I got it on the first try there, but it's not super easy to do. But if you can, that's going to be a great damage option for a lot of your combos. So a suggestion that I have if you want to learn how to combo well with Noctis is practice delaying your 2 perfectly after this flying hit, delaying the 2 on the way down, that is. And if you can do that and delay it and then get moves out very clutch, because you're used to the recovery of him landing back on the ground, I think you're going to be able to get good damage. So that's going to be my suggestion for that move. I think it's a really cool move. I really like it. I don't know if I think it's balanced yet. I have to see proper frame data, but I think it looks very good. Okay, what else do we have to talk about in terms of launchers? I think we need to talk about the running 1+2, right? This is important, and you can do very similar stuff to what I just showed you. So I think this is going to work, right? Yeah. So you can do the exact same combos I just showed you off of the up forward 4, but you can also, if you want something easier and more digestible, you can just do a floaty down forward 1 here, and then you can go into stuff like that, and you can get good damage still. The damage on this launcher is very good, and I'm expecting this to be one of the most abused and used moves with Noctis. You know, good running moves in this game are notoriously useful, but I'm also suspecting that this move is extremely linear. But that's a combo suggestion off of that. Is there anything else we need to talk about? I mentioned the hop kick, the down forward 2, the up forward 2, and the running 1+2. Oh yeah, of course, while standing 2-2. Now, this is very similar to Miguel's while standing 2-4. The important difference being that you can't duck this because it's mid-mid. That makes it better than Miguel's version, in my opinion. Even if it might not quite have the range, it might actually, yeah, it has good range. It has massive range, just like Miguel's version of this. Problem being that you spin on the first hit, so it's going to be hard to get really good damage here. But this is another option where if you run up and do that perfectly, you see my timing was a little bit off there, you can get good damage. But if you think that's difficult or awkward, another easy option is just to do this. And you get decent stuff, 57. So what I'm doing here is I'm launching, I'm running up doing 4-2, on the way down I do a 2, and then for the finisher, instead of the 4-4-4, I do 2-2 back 2. And the nice thing about this is when you come down with the delayed 2 here, if you want to go straight into wall carry or wall conversions, this weird awkward string that he has, 2-2-2-2-2, actually has very good wall carry properties even late in combos. So for example, you can do stuff like, you can see right there, and it becomes very easy to use and very consistent wall carry. The 3 hits is good for wall carry, and 4 hits are good for wall carry. So both of those are recommended if you want to do wall carry conversions, but you have better options for walls. So let's talk about walls before we wrap this up. There are 2 strings I would recommend for wall carry aside from the 2-2-2 spam. Down back 1+2 and back to 1. Back to 1 is my favorite option, but it's a little bit awkward to land because it has a high hitbox. But if you can get it, it's going to be very good. You can get stuff like this. So that was just after the spin I did back 1-2, and as you can see, it causes one of those great high wall splats. For the wall combo, by the way, I'm using Demo Man right now, and as far as I've been able to tell, it's the best thing you have. It does good damage at the wall. Everything else is kind of lowish. Unless I missed something, if you have better wall combos for Noctis ready, I'm very excited to know, but for now it looks like Demo Man is going to be your main thing. Let's show you the down back 1+2. This is a suggestion I got from one of you guys in the comments, by the way, too. So thank you to whoever that was. And you can see that even if the damage isn't quite as high as the back to 1, it's quite a bit more consistent and easy to land. But again, if you want super easy wall carry, 2-2-2-2-2 all day, right? So stuff like that, right? Very easy to understand, and works even after a spin. So you could do stuff like, and then just keep going with the 2s until you reach the wall, because Noctis, he just keeps on walking during this string, as you can see right here. Because this seems like a string that's just lifted straight out of an action RPG where the attack animation needs to keep you like close to the boss when you're spamming them. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. There are other things like counter hit upward 1 where you need to sidestep and stuff, but I think we're going to leave that for now. Let's show it actually, we might as well. Upward 1, you can do stuff like this. That's easy, 65 damage. So what I did is just spin with 1+2 and then run up 4, 2, 2, 2, 2. But you can get more here if you're willing to like sidestep in your combos. But you know, as long as you get decent damage in a spin, you can always just end with this or with this, and you're gonna get good stuff. So much like we talked about this morning, Noctis has very easy to understand, decent damage, good combo game, very easy to understand wall carry, and easy to perform wall combos. So I think he's very beginner friendly, and the difficult stuff that you have to do if you want to get good at doing slightly more advanced combos is practicing the delay 2 here on the way down, and then if you can connect that consistently into 444, it's going to be good damage, and off of stuff like for example this, to be able to get the 1+2 right there, right? Like that is going to be important. So those are going to be my quick combo suggestions for Noctis. More stuff to come. Obviously, I just wanted to give you guys something because I know a lot of people are anxious to get online with the character and experimenting with combos right now. More stuff tomorrow, but for now I need to go to bed because it's the middle of the night. But thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.